My name is Robin Harrison, and I am Sand and Earth Woman. I'm a photographer, a poet, and I'm combining the two in a greeting line called Sand and Earth Woman, Alluringly Unconventional, Eco-Elegant Greeting Cards. I have always had a love of poetry. As a child, I cherished all my Dr. Seuss books. And when I was in high school, instead of spending time socializing with my friends, I spent a lot of time in the school library in our little bookstore there. And I read poetry books, and I purchased poetry books with my lunch money. And I still have my very first purchase of my very first poetry book from all those years ago, The Best Loved Poems of the American People. A few years ago, I came to the realization that sometimes words get in the way of what we mean to say. With words, I found, as in lots of things, less is sometimes more. Where I used to write in my poetry paragraphs laden with adjectives and adverbs, and loved the long, and was enamored of the long sentences, I found that I was enamored of chiseling everything down. Where I would have a paragraph, I would chisel it down to a sentence, and sometimes I could do it with mere words. It seemed like a marriage for a greeting card company. So I take my photography and I take my short verse poetry and prose, as I've grown fond of calling it, and I have created a alluringly unconventional and eco-elegant greeting card line. As a street photographer, I roam the streets of beautiful, bright, exciting Asheville, North Carolina with my camera and my wee Chihuahua Rose most of the time. And I look for things that aren't conventionally beautiful, or some people might not find attractive. I like to find the beauty in those things. I like to get up close and show people what things truly can and do look like. Something you might pass over as you're walking down the street and not give a second notice. That's what I want you to notice. I like flowers and I like trees, and everybody loves a beautiful, peaceful, pastoral scene. And I take those too, but there's something very alluring, very interesting to me in those things that aren't always considered beautiful, but can be when you take a closer and longer look. With my poetry, my short verse prose, I want to elicit a response from people. I want people to feel enlightened, or I want people to feel joy, that they can do it, whatever that is that they want to do. Or I want to push their boundaries of thought just a little bit further than they're used to taking it. Combining those two into Sand and Earth Woman, alluringly unconventional and eco-elegant greeting cards is my mission. Not conventional greeting cards that say happy anniversary or happy birthday. They are small works of art, a beautiful photograph combined with, I hope, what will be a message to make you think, to make you pause for just a moment, to make you feel something for just a moment. This has been a project 3 years in the making for me. I had the idea 3 years ago, but I started with nothing. When I came up with this idea and decided this was something I really feel like I must do, I had absolutely no equipment. I had no computer, no Photoshop, just a camera and my desires. So during the 3 years, I have purchased a computer, and I acquired Adobe Photoshop. And starting this just in January, this January, I was able to actually go into design of my greeting cards. My goal is to have 15 cards designed and proved, a goal that I thought would be extremely hard to obtain until I started. And to my absolute joy, I'm a natural, and I have already reached, with just a few weeks worth of work, have already reached my halfway point. I'm full of energy and inspiration, lots of beautiful photographs, and lots of great thoughts in my head to put together into the design of these cards. For those of you who find this a worthy project and are even slightly as excited about this as I am, I have some really good rewards I'm offering through this project. Items such as selections of the greeting cards as they come off the presses, enlarged prints of some of my photography. There are many choices from which to choose. I hope you join with me in this project. I hope you choose an award that it speaks to you. And I hope you like what you find there. My wee Chihuahua Lotus Rose and I say thank you and namaste, y'all.